Yeah, the MLB postseason is here. The Phillies aren't in it. Maybe next year. Who knows? Maybe we'll get into that later on in the show. But this postseason, wow, one that is going to be drama-filled. It's wide open. Every team is great. Let's get into it right now. Tony Del Grosso is here. I'm Adrian Fedke, a.k.a. Tony D. I know the volume on your side is a little low, so I'll try to speak a little loud in this show.
I'm gonna be doing a lot of this tonight, so just bear with me, people.
Yeah, you're not doing the Hulk Hogan thing, right?
Doing the AI.
There you go.
This to me, it almost feels like the Elite Eight in the NCAA tournament, kind of, where it's like pick a team, throw your hat into the ring. Everyone has as good a shot as anyone. I hate to be like that, but that really is the case. You could honestly make an argument for any one of the teams left right now.
Yeah. And something that's going to really impact the postseason, and something that Terry Francona really brought to light, the fireman type of mentality with the bullpen. And Andrew Miller, like bringing him in to maintain leads, bringing him in as early as the 5th inning, 6th inning, 7th inning to preserve. And bullpens have really been a key during postseasons in recent years. You saw Kansas City, they won a World Series with that great bullpen, and the Indians. I mean, how Terry Francona managed that pen was outstanding. So, bullpens right now, who do you think are the best in the postseason right now?
Well, off the top of my head, without referencing any stats, I would say the Yankees and the Indians. I mean, the Yankees, I know Betances has kind of been shaky, but he's still down with Betances. Andrew Miller. They have Canley, Robertson, Chad Green. That's 5 guys right there who are lights out. All have closer stuff. The Indians obviously doing what they did last year. Those guys are all back. So you're right there. They're really strong. But pretty much every team, if you made it this far, they all have pretty strong bullpens.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I mean, a lot of these teams are stacked. You got 3 teams that won over 100 games. There's only like a couple teams, like the Nationals aren't going to win it or anything, but you can make the case for a lot of these teams to win it all. And it's going to be interesting.
I should mention the Nationals are the one team that absolutely have no shot in hell of ever winning anything ever.
Yeah.
But everyone else has a shot. So, I don't know. Do you want me to get into just kind of what we were talking about with Jeff Hassan's article?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go for it.
So Jeff Hassan, who's personally I think one of the best baseball writers out there, he wrote an article today about how basically the percentage of innings that starters used to pitch in the postseason compared to what they were last year, and how that's trending. And basically starters used to pitch 60-70% of innings. Now I believe it's like less than 50, and probably only going lower. You saw last year, kind of how the Indians won it was what you're talking about, that fireman mentality, that bullpenning mentality, where their best pitcher, arguably Andrew Miller, would come into the 5th inning. Now, to some old school people, some old school managers, that's crazy. Your best bullpen guy is supposed to pitch the 9th inning, you're closer. Well, no, that's not really how good managers look at it anymore. You put your best pitchers into the most highest leverage, most important situations. So if the 5th or 6th inning comes up, and it's a tie ball game, and they have their 3, 4, 5 hitters up, wouldn't you rather have your best pitcher, or would you rather have your middle reliever who's not very good? Not you want your best pitcher in there because that's an important spot that can make or break a game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's basically I think how baseball is going to be trending in the regular season too. Eventually, you're going to see where teams eventually don't really have starters and relievers. You just have someone who begins the game and someone who eventually ends the game, and you just kind of go by matchups in between. Everyone pitches 2 or 3 innings at the most, and then you go on to the next guy.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see as the game continues to evolve. I mean, you look, Andrew Miller pitched, 19 1/3 innings last postseason. Outstanding. I mean, just bringing him in not only to maintain leads, but he's pitching 2-3 innings at a time. It's outstanding. So let's get into some of the individual matchups. And this Indians and Yankees series is really interesting because you're going to have Aaron Judge, obviously, the sexiness of him. It's obviously the bloody Yankees. We hate the Yankees. But this Yankees team is almost like fun to watch. So it's like, hey, it's hard to admit that, but you got the great bullpen pieces. You got a pretty good rotation, and you have the impact of Aaron Judge. So and they're going up against the Indians, obviously, winners of that. What 21 games it was. So wow, this is a juicy matchup.
Yeah, if I had to put a gun to my head, I would say the winner of this is going to the World Series.
Yeah, I would agree.
Just kind of what we talked about. I think out of all these teams, they might have the two best bullpens. But you know, the Indians obviously are what they are. They're pretty stacked. We saw that last year. They don't really have a weakness, and they probably have the best starting pitching, at least in the American League. Now, with that said, you know, a guy like Aaron Judge in the middle of the lineup does a lot, but the Yankees are a lot more than just Aaron Judge. Guys like Starlin Castro, Didi Gregorius have had really monster years for them. Aaron Hicks, Brett Gardner, these guys have all really stepped up, and Gary Sanchez, the kind of pop they get out of the catch position. So yeah, the Yankees are a really fun team to watch, and yeah, I'm somebody who grew up kind of loathing the Yankees, but Aaron Judge is one of the faces of baseball right now, and you have to kind of embrace it. He's like a defensive tackle at the plate, and he just mashes the ball. And he's a good hitter, too.
Yeah.
He's not just a 700-foot home run guy. He knows what he's doing at the plate.
That's like the trend of the athlete now in baseball, like that big masher, and they're athletic, like Stanton and
Let me
Judge.
give you an example real quick.
And Goldschmidt. What's that?
For the Giants. He just retired.
Yeah.
He's an above-average pitcher for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
He made over $100 million in his career.
Wow.
And he never had a concussion. And he'll be able to walk when he's 50. So, I love football, but hey, I'm just saying.
Baseball is yeah. It's an easy ride, I would say. As long as you don't get hit in the head by a line drive.
Yeah.
That's the stuff you got to avoid. So we got a winner for this series? Who are we picking? I probably start. All right, you want to go with another series first?
Yeah. Let me marinate that for a bit.
All right, let's go with Houston and the Red Sox. So this is one. Now, the Nationals, I don't think have a shot. Not that the Red Sox don't have a shot, but I feel like they're on the lower tier of the 8 teams. The Nationals are the worst, and then I think it's the Red. But I don't know. It's tough, but I feel like the Astros are going to win this series.
Because Boston, there's just a lot of question marks in their pitching and their bullpen. They have Craig Kimbrell, but after that, not too many reliable guys. Chris Sale didn't look great tonight.
No.
They're losing 8-2 right now, top of the ninth. So they're about to go down 1-0 series.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, it's easy to say that now with Houston going up 1-0, but I do think Houston's the favorite.
Yeah, I would agree. All right, let's move on to the National League, since you don't want to do the Yankees one. We'll do that one last. So we'll do the easy one. Well, maybe it's not so easy for you. So it's geez, I'm blanking. Nationals and Cubs.
Right. So on paper, the Nationals are loaded. But I'm still going with the Cubs because Strasburg got hurt in his last start.
So your guys' offices are.
How
are you
get out of him? But still, with him and Scherzer at the top of the rotation, you can't really get much better than that when those two guys are on. But their bullpen has really been shaky all year. Their lineup obviously is very good. But in my opinion, this is kind of their last hurrah together. Because they're gonna have to make a decision at some point about where that franchise is going forward. Because I don't think anybody expects them to re-sign Harper. And it's pretty much more or less a bunch of old guys around him. So they need to figure out the future. I just think the Cubs. I don't think a manager really has that much sway, but I love Joe Madden and what he does, and I think they'll find a way to win.
I'm with you. The Cubs. I mean, that's another team. You look at every series, you're like, wow, that team can win the World Series. That team can win the World Series. There's just so many different scenarios that can play out and wouldn't shock you at all. So I'm with you. I think
the Cubs' advantage in the series is their bullpen.
Yeah, and the manager.
Over the Nationals. That's really, in my opinion, where they have the advantage.
Yeah. All right, so the Dodgers are an interesting story now. I mean, they lost like 100 games in a row. So they just like hit this lull. But they still won 104 games. So now they got a showdown with the Diamondbacks. They can rake. They got Paul Goldschmidt. So what's going to happen in this one?
This is my upset special.
Uh-oh!
I think the Diamondbacks are going to win this. Not really so much because of how the Dodgers ended the season. I don't really care about that. It's more of there's just something about this Diamondbacks team. That lineup, I just feel like is just going to hit everybody, especially at home. And they're obviously familiar with the Dodgers. They play them all the time, many times a year. So the Dodgers really don't have a weakness either. They have good starting pitching, good bullpen, good lineup. But I feel like the Diamondbacks are going to come. They're going to hit Kershaw. They're going to hit Rich Hill. I think they're going to hit those guys. And not that it's the upset of the century by any means. We talked about everyone had a shot, but the Diamondbacks are just a dangerous team, I think.
I'm trying to look at the season series between the teams now. Not because it's interesting that you're picking the Diamondbacks. So the Dodgers are it's crazy with this. I feel like they're a different team now since Don Mattingly has departed as manager.
Yes.
Even though they didn't win last year, it's almost like they got so bored during the season that they just hit this lull, and they just, I mean, they were on pace to win what? It was like 120 games at one point. Like, it was insane. It's insanity. So it's like you're winning the freaking league by so many games, and you just hit this lull where you're just like, whatever. You're just gearing up for the postseason. You don't even care at that point. And I feel like they're just gonna step it up now that the postseason's here.
Right. On paper, they're probably the most talented team, top to bottom.
Yeah.
In both leagues.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just kind of have a feeling. There's really nothing but gut opinion on this one, which is pretty dumb. But
what's your gut feeling on Clayton Kershaw? Is he gonna be good this postseason? Because there's obviously been questions about him in the past.
See, there's the thing. I love Clayton Kershaw. It's kind of odd what's happened to him in postseasons. I kind of think it's going to happen again. I think you're going to have J.D. Martinez go off on him, Paul Goldschmidt, all those guys. They have a really good lineup. That some people, even some baseball fans, like still overlook Paul Goldschmidt, still overlook J.D. Martinez, A.J. Pollock, David Peralta, all those guys. And one of the best hitters parks in baseball.
I mean, it's certainly a stacked lineup. I mean, again, it's like that's another team too that you can make a crazy case to make the World Series. Like any of these teams except the Diamondbacks, and in my opinion, the Red Sox. But
one thing about the Diamondbacks that concerns me is their bullpen. I don't think they have the depth that the Yankees do. But we'll see.
All right, so I'm gonna go Dodgers. You're gonna go Diamondbacks. We both picked the Cubs. We both picked Houston, correct?
Yep.
Should we say how many games? Do we need to say how many games? I'll go Dodgers in 4. I'll go Cubs I'm going to say Cubs sweep. Screw it. I'm going to say that Houston wins in 4, and then we're down to Cleveland and New York now.
I'm going to go with New York.
Yeah, that's my gut feeling too.
New York just has a ton of momentum, and not that the Indians don't, obviously, because they won. What was it, 20 whatever straight in a row they won?
Yeah.
But we were, talked a lot about it offline. The Yankees bullpen is really good, and I trust Girardi in managing that. And I kind of, Indians have a really good rotation too. Kluber, Carrasco. But Yankees have Severino and Tanaka, traded for Sonny Gray if they need to start out of him. Those guys aren't slouches. I know Severino did not look good at all a couple days ago, but I still have confidence in him, and I still have confidence in Tanaka. With that bullpen and then Aaron Judge and the guys around him, I think they could pull off a bit of an upset.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming the Indians are slightly favored.
That's the series that we said earlier, like in the show, that's the ALCS right there. So, as you can see, we're gonna pick. I got the Yankees too. That was what I said before the show. I was like, that's my gut feeling on it. But the Indians are very good. I don't know. I just have a gut feeling on the Yankees. I mean, that's not good analytics or anything. And
I would kind of like to see Houston go far though.
I think it will be. I think it will be Houston and New York. That's very true. Yeah, go ahead. Talk about that.
No, because personally, I fucking love Jose Altuve. He's fucking incredible. He had 3 home runs tonight, and he's like 150 pounds. So, yeah.
He's your size.
He is. He's roughly. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
They're showing his home runs again right now. So I'm staying at TV. And they were all like no doubters.
Yeah.
They weren't cheap shots either.
So we've got Houston and New York then in the LCS, and we're going to take New York. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
That's not a convincing yes. That was a yeah.
Because I'm not convinced at all.
Yeah. Dude, what we need to do is just every couple of days just do recaps on the games. Doing a prediction show is like hard. This is too hard right now.
Yeah.
But
I suck at predictions.
I don't think anyone fucking gives a shit about the baseball anyway because the Phillies stink. But it's interesting that you brought up the point about the Diamondbacks pre-show, how they won 69 games last year and turned it around to win 93. And you look at the Paul Goldschmidt and Rhys Hoskins kind of comparison, who the hell knows what happens next year in Philly?
I'll say this. If Rhys Hoskins puts up Paul Goldschmidt type numbers, then the Phillies will win at least 80 games.
Boom. That's a good. That's a good. I like that. That's a good goal for it. Like to get to 500, win 81 games. That's a good goal for next season for the team.
Yeah. And obviously depending on who they sign, I feel like they're going to sign at least one big name free agent.
Yeah.
I think they think they're a little farther ahead in their rebuild than they realized, and that's one of the reasons they let McCann go. Because they didn't want to potentially win 80-some games next year, and then they wouldn't have been able to fire McCann. Because everyone knows McCann was the guy going forward.
Yeah.
So.
All right, to get back to the NLCS. So I guess we're both going to take the Yankees. I'll take the Yankees in 6 in the LCS. I'll say that. So NLCS, I have the Dodgers and Cubs, and you have the Cubs and Diamondbacks. That's a tough series. I'm going to go to the Dodgers in 7. I have a gut feeling about the Dodgers. I feel like they're different now with the managerial change and Dave Roberts. I just and they just got all this fresh young blood in the lineup, and it's almost invigorated the entire team. We'll see about Kershaw. Kershaw's the big question mark for me, but I think the Dodgers are going to go to the World Series.
Yeah, that's another thing about the Dodgers people might not realize. Like you said, their offense is pretty much led by a 22 or 3-year-old Bellinger and a 22 or 3-year-old Corey Seager. So,
how old are the Cubs? How old were they last year?
Last year they were all at 25 and under. I think Rizzo might be 26 by now.
Okay. So they're like 2 to 3 years younger than Rizzo and Chris Bryant.
No, because I think Brian is still only 23 or 24.
Think about how young everyone is then. Holy shit.
I know.
Everyone's young. Aaron Judge, too. It's incredible.
The fucking Yankees game is going to be on FS1 tonight. How many kids out there have FS1? They don't fucking market it. And they have, like we're talking about, all these good players, like really good players, 25 and younger. And the average 8-year-old in America knows more about fucking Nelson Aguilar than he does Carlos Correa.
Yeah.
And that pisses me off.
That was kind of funny to me. That was really funny to me. Dude, like, because they used to have all the games on ESPN, and even Fox would broadcast the Division Series games. Now it's Fox Sports 1, like the cable shit, or whatever, the Comcast stuff.
It's absolutely bullshit.
Yeah. Alright, so, you got to pick your series. So you got Diamondbacks and Cubs.
Yeah, I'll go with the Cubs. So I guess that means I'm predicting a Cubs-Yankees World Series.
So you got Cubs-Yankees. I got Dodgers and Yankees. Wow, we both have the Yankees, and well, jeez.
I'm going to go with the Cubs repeating to win it all, though.
There you go. All right. I told you, I got the gut feeling about the Dodgers. So we're going to look like complete idiots when the Dodgers and Cubs get swept.
I know. I guarantee you all these will be wrong, but whatever.
Well, dude, we talked about it the whole show. Like, this postseason is so hard and difficult to predict.
Yeah. I will say one thing about the Cubs going far, though. I obviously don't have any inside information, because I'm not an insider, but I have a feeling that very high up on the Phillies list is Dave Martinez, who is
Yes.
the Cubs bench coach.
Yes.
He's been Joe Maddon's right-hand man since the Tampa Bay days, and personally, I think he would probably be an excellent hire. Dave Martinez better be very high up on their list, and if the Cubs go far, that might mean we have to wait another month for the Phillies to get a manager, but who fucking cares? It just needs to be the right guy.
He's like the Sean McVay of baseball right now.
I would expect him to be manager somewhere next year. It's kind of a miracle he's gotten overlooked the past couple of years.
He's what, 33?
No, I think he's in his 40s.
He isn't. I thought he was young for some reason.
He played in the major leagues like
15
years.
Okay, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. My bad.
But no,
I'm thinking of somebody.
There's a lot of young guys like that Phillies need to consider.
Who am I thinking of? There's someone that's 33, and I'm not. I'm thinking of the wrong guy. Who gives a fuck? Who cares what I think? You're the expert. All right, so let's get on to So World Series picks. You have Yankees and Cubs. You got Cubs. Okay, we made them already. All right, I got a question for you. Who's going to be name a couple postseason underrated stars? Some names to look out for that maybe normal baseball fans don't know.
Aaron Hicks.
There you go.
I love Aaron Hicks. Aaron Hicks had a monster first half and then got hurt, and
he center
fielder for the Yankees, by the way. Then he got hurt and kind of tailed off, and never really seemed to be right again. If he is healthy now, I expect him to have a big postseason. But watch, he'll go 0-14 now because of that.
I like Marte from the Diamondbacks.
You like who?
Marte, Diamondbacks.
Oh. That's an interesting choice.
Because, if you have the D-backs, winning against the Dodgers, look for him to be, kind of that breakout kind of candidate,
Yeah.
Maybe that Shane Victorino.
Right. You're gonna see kind of off the radar guy step up big. Yeah, you're right. Definitely.
And that's basically what the question was. I just felt like saying his name because I felt like sounding smart, even though I'm not really smart. You got my drift.
He does have a cool name.
Yeah. All right, so that's about it. Do we want to pick an MVP for the postseason or just end it now? Our recap shows are going to be a lot better. This prediction show sucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so hard to predict. We just gotta let it. See, like I like analyzing and recapping games. I hate. I mean, I do the previews obviously for the Eagles and all that, but it's hard to predict.
Yeah.
I just like watching the games.
Post game is better than pre-game.
Yeah, agreed.
Always.
All right, so we'll just end it on that note. I know you're feeling like shit too, so that's probably a problem. And we had technical difficulties with the whole show, so kind of sucked. But it is what it is. But you know we'll be staying in tune doing the postseason stuff. We'll be doing some recap shows.
Sounds good.
All right. With that being said, that's Tony D. I'm Adrian FedQ. Peace out. Eagles Cardinals preview in about 10-15 minutes.